Hi, this is Keith Singer. For our next segment of Making a Difference, we have world-famous quarterback Randall Cunningham calling in from the Super Bowl. First of all, for those of you who don't know Randall, he's one of the great all-time quarterbacks in the NFL and one of the most exciting players we've ever seen play. You probably redefine the position. You're from Las Vegas, and you had a very, very successful football career, and now I understand you are with a ministry. Tell us about your ministry, what it's all about, what you're doing.
Well, I live in Las Vegas, Nevada, actually. I'm just down here towards the Super Bowl festivities, doing an auction with huntauctions.com. And right now in Las Vegas, I'm pastoring the church, Remnant Ministries. We try to get about 1,300 people who attend our church each week, and it's an upcoming and thriving church, and we're non-denominational. We love people. We just want to continue to be a blessing to the community. They want to call Las Vegas Sin City, but we want to basically be able to reach the people who are reachable and who really want to make a difference in their lives and to help out the community and be a part of what God wants to do. But what I'm doing down here in Arizona is what I've decided to do to be more effective in the community is I've got all of my memorabilia from the NFL, and I put it all together, and I've given it to Hunt Auctions. At our church, we're doing a brand new youth facility because we're trying to reach the youth of America. And by giving back and allowing the fans who supported me all this time to have a part in purchasing all of my memorabilia, my game jerseys, my MVP trophies, gold cards, got a Rolex watch, an Ebel watch with my signature on the back, engraved on the back that I bought when I was first in the NFL. I've got many jerseys from players who have been there, helmets, shoes, my game shoulder pads that I wore all my career. What we're doing is going to use a portion of the money to go to build a $4.7 million facility in Las Vegas to reach the youth in Las Vegas and allow them to have an opportunity to have great things, to get trained up, to go off to college. And I've been coaching a lot in Las Vegas, and we have a lot of kids who end up getting scholarships to college. And I'm the head coach, football coach over at Silverado High School. We also have a program that I do away from there, track team, a club track team called Nevada Gazelles. We send people to college from there. And just really trying to be effective in the community in a way to give back. Someone once told me, they said, don't ever forget where you came from. And I thought that meant go home and visit every once in a while. But what that meant is that when you make it, come and give back to the community. So basically by selling, I don't know, anywhere from $250,000 to $500,000 worth of my merchandise, it's on at huntauctions.com.
Hunt Auctions?
People are already bidding. It's going really good.
I want to make sure our listeners understand Hunt Auctions.
Like HUNT auctions.com.
And that's really generous of you. So you're going to take these proceeds and pour it into this facility for kids that are, I guess, underprivileged, that need some help and some guidance?
Well, it's not that they're underprivileged kids. It's just all kids in the Nevada area. We're training them up and getting them ready and just building a youth facility for them so that they can now actually have a place to go where they can train, where they can be in a good environment, where they're growing in the things when it comes to moral character, integrity, and things like that.
Understood. So at the ministry, is this what you do full-time now? You lead a congregation?
Yeah, actually, I'm the pastor of Remnant Ministries Church International. And, so I head that up. My wife is a women's pastor. We have many pastors on our staff, Pastor Steve, Pastor Bob, Pastor Efren. We have a Spanish pastor, so it's a bilingual church as well. And it's really been going good. It's been rapidly growing fast. And now we're just at that part where we need to raise money. And we need to raise about $4.7 million. So I wanted to give portions of what I do to where we raised about $1.3 million so far. And I just looked and we just raised another $41,000. So that's without this auction. So people can really become a part and help out by donating to this cause.
If they just want to donate, what is it? The same website or a different website?
They can pull up my name, Randall Cunningham, and just put church behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And on Google, just go Randall Cunningham Church, or they can go to remnantministries.net. And there's a PayPal system set up there if they wanted to donate. And the address and the contact information is there as well if they wanted to write in a check. So, and a lot of people have done that. It's been such a blessing. It's
very impressive what you're doing. Not everyone is so generous with their time and their efforts and their money. And obviously you I'm sure, giving up memorabilia that's very, very personal and close to you for money for the cause. What were you always? When did you become a pastor? Were you always pretty religious, or did something happen to you where you became more religious?
Well, I grew up in the church, the Christian church, as a Baptist. But, when I got to college, I wanted to do my own thing, so I kind of went on my own way. And then a lady came to one of my radio shows in Philadelphia when I was with the Eagles, and she brought me a Bible and really inspired me. And I began to read my Bible, and I've been reading it ever since then, 1980s. And I've been reading and studying, and it's been a blessing. And, I just really, I'm very busy just trying to give back to the community, and I spend a lot of time doing that and being a mentor to kids, trying to show them the character of God and trying to show them how to be morally sound in their lives and to have a life that's not based on us, but it's based on other people. And whether it's visiting people in the hospitals or praying for people from afar, that's what we're trying to do, is just trying to make a difference in a person's life, somebody who's less fortunate.
That's great. I always tell our listeners on this segment, Making a Difference, when we talk to different high-profile guests that are making a difference, the more you give to others, the more good things happen to you. I really believe that, don't you?
Yeah, but I was teaching the other week that it's always better to give than to receive. We have to have a mentality of honoring and blessing and uplifting and edifying, and that's pretty much what our ministry is based on. I challenge the church to walk the walk and not just talk the talk.
Right, that's great. So who do you like in the Super Bowl?
Right now, I think it's going to be a tie game. But I kind of like what I see in the Seattle Seahawks. I like Coach Carroll. I remember him in the NFL. He loves his players. His players love him. They've got a kind of a dynasty they're building there. To go to the Super Bowl back-to-back is a very, very difficult thing to do, and they've done that.
Yeah, it is pretty impressive. So when you were a young kid, I guess you played sports. Did you play football as a young kid?
Yeah, I played all sports, basically.
Were you, exceptionally talented, way better than your peers when you were a young kid, 10, 11 years old?
I don't know if I was really better than everybody else, but I could tell you I was taller than everybody else because, now being 6'4" and a quarter, 6'4" and a half, most of the kids were not as tall as me. So, and then my parents had me play with the kids who were older than me, so I developed quicker. Right.
Were you playing, and then you played in high school, and you played quarterback?
Yep. When I first started playing tackle football, I sat the bench for the first 2 years.
You did?
and then I got to play with kids my age. And when I got to high school, I was a starting quarterback all 3 years. College, starting quarterback for 3 years, and then through the NFL, I was starting quarterback for them pretty much predominantly all my career.
I remember when you first came into the NFL. And I remember the Eagles had Ron Jaworski. They took him out, and they put you in, and it was just, unbelievable what you were doing, running around. And I also remember, because I'm an Eagles fan, grew up in Philadelphia.
Okay.
And I remember that year that the defense was so dominant. Unfortunately, I think you hurt your knee that year in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I was injured that year.
And it was the most unbelievable defense I've ever seen, probably even better than Seattle's. But obviously without you...
Yeah, we got a lot of fun playing with back in those days.
Reggie and Jerome.
I just really appreciate you giving me an opportunity to let the world know, what we're doing with Hunt Auctions, and we're really just trying to get this off. And there are pieces on there, people, if you don't have a lot of money, there are pieces on there, jerseys, sneakers that I wore on the field, that are not as expensive. And the bidding is going to be done on this Saturday. It's going to be done, and there won't be an opportunity to get it anymore. So I just want to encourage everybody to go on Hunt Auctions, and there's been, probably over 1 million people that have hit the site since we've been talking about that, and it's just really, really been good.
Okay, so is there anything you can just buy right away, or does it all go to the wire?
Yeah. Well, it's a bid, so I think that it stops on Saturday, but the best thing is bid now because at the last minute, you don't want to try to do it at the last minute, I don't think.
Right. All right. Well, thanks a lot. It's really impressive what you've been doing, Randall, and thanks for calling in from the
God bless
Super Bowl.
You guys.
Thanks. Take care.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you, Randall. You've been listening to the latest segment of Making a Difference. If you want to check out future upcoming segments, go to our website at keithsinger.com.